There are currently 8 hidden perks in Kingdom Come Deliverance, to everything from combat perks, horse riding perks, survival, thievery, blacksmithing, and a real hidden one that can only be found by drinking a very special potion. Let's go! Let me know in the comments if I have missed any. We'll start with one that, look, you've probably already got it, let's be real, but it is technically a hidden perk, and I don't want Jono to comment down below and be like, excuse me, you missed Master Strike. Like, guys, I know it's a hidden perk. You guys know it's a hidden perk, but the game tells you where to get it very early, and that's at the Nomad Camp from Tomcat. You just need to beat him in a duel by completing the Combat Training 2 side quest, and beating him in a duel, he'll teach you the Master Strike hidden perk for swords, which is one of the best hidden perks in the game, and also one of the best combat skills in the game, because it allows you to guarantee hits on enemies as long as you're using swords and attacking from the right window to actually make sure that Master Strike hits. But let's move on to the good old Pebbles. Now, Pebbles that you may have found in Samine very early in the game. If you ride Pebbles for a certain amount of kilometers, she will get a brand new perk called Good Old Pebbles, which is a hidden horsemanship perk. And what this will do is significantly bump Pebbles' stats. Not so that she's the best horse in the game, but it's pretty damn close, especially considering you can get Pebbles for free. So Pebbles' stats go from having 127 stamina to 210, 138 capacity to 338, speed goes from 32 to 55, which is almost as good as some of the best horses in the game, and the courage, unfortunately, stays at 12. Now, to get this perk, essentially you will need to find Pebbles at Samine, and you can either pay the cheap groschen cost, or you can just use the dialogue option to get Pebbles for free. Then you'll need to ride Pebbles for about 30 to 35 kilometers. It's hard to know what the exact number is, because the riding stat, when you're looking at the stat in your screens, will actually just show like your total time riding. So it's not 100% accurate, because you've probably ridden other horses, you might have stolen things, done whatever, which I definitely did. So it won't be totally accurate, but it's about that 30 to 35 mark. You just got to ride Pebbles for long enough, and eventually it will unlock. It's exactly the same for the Red Herring perk. Now, Red Herring is another horse you can get for free. You actually get Red Herring at Trotsky Castle. Once you reach that point in the story, the horse will just be offered to you as part of the main story, similar to how Pebbles was back in KCD1. And unlocking the Red Herring perk is pretty much exactly the same as you would have done to unlock the Good Old Pebbles perk. To unlock Red Herring, you just need to ride the horse for about that 30 to 35 kilometer mark. The stat change for Herring, however, is going from 169 stamina to 231, 138 capacity to 288, speed goes from 40 to 56, one more than Pebbles, and the courage is 14 to 14, so no additional courage there either. But both of these horses, while neither of them are the best horse in the game, if you want to know the best horse in the game, go and watch my horse video, which I'll link here. But ultimately, both of these are free horses that you can get, that once you've ridden them for long enough, their stats become significantly better. And if you don't want to pay that groschen cost to get one of the best horses, both of these are fantastic options as long as you unlock these hidden perks. The next hidden perk is called Resistance. Now, this is one in the survivalist line, and in order to get resistance, you simply just need to pick up a ton of poisonous herbs. This is a stat that you can check in your inventory as well, based on how many you have picked up. I think you need to pick up 200, and then you'll actually unlock the Resistance hidden perk, which what it will do is you spend a lot of time on herbalism. You've crawled through many thorns, countless nettles, and various poisonous herbs have passed through your hands. Your vitality has permanently increased by 2. A really good early game perk, because vitality is hard to come by in the early game, especially for your stamina. So getting that little bit of extra is definitely worthwhile. But like the further you get in the game, 2 vitality isn't that drastic, but it is a hidden perk that you can get. And collecting 200 poisonous plants like nettle is essentially what you're looking for here, and nettle is like everywhere. You're probably picking up a ton of this to make marigold decoction anyway. And if your survivalist skill is high enough, you'll pick up multiple herbs around you when you do pick up. So you'll be able to pick up, let's say, 20 nettle at once or something like that, right? So you'll easily be able to hit this mark just by running around picking up a bunch of nettle. Sticky Fingers is next, and it is one of my favorites. If you successfully steal any item in the Thief minigame, you'll always get a few extra groschen, and if you're looting a dead person, you know where to search, thus you will find a bit more money on them. So essentially, it's a great way to just score some extra groschen, either by the pickpocketing game or by looting dead people, which, look, you're going to be looting dead people a lot in this game, right? like bandits, etc., you'll be taking them out, you'll be looting them a lot. Now, in order to get this, you'll need to steal items worth 10,000 grosh in total, which is another stat that you can check in your statistics screen under crime. You'll see that value stolen. So essentially here, you just need to steal a whole bunch of things, right? That could be anything, could be stolen from chests, it could be stolen from like shop vendors, whatever it is. It just needs to hit that like 10,000 grosh mark. Very easy to do once you get to Kuttenberg because there's a lot of very expensive armor and weapons, etc. in that region. But once you hit that mark, you'll automatically unlock this perk and you get a couple of cheeky extra groschen from pickpocketing or from looting dead bodies, which is always fantastic to get. Hammerer is next. Now with the Hammerer perk, attacks and blocks made with heavy weapons consume 10% less stamina. In combat, stamina is the most crucial skill. The more stamina you have, the better. Unlocking the Hammerer perk isn't too hard either. Once you've crafted 10 items using the blacksmith minigame, you will automatically unlock this perk. Essentially here, like you could just buy a bunch of scrap metal and craft a bunch of axes. It's the easiest way to get to 10, or if you wanted to do it the real way, you can craft a bunch of swords, etc. Craft them properly, and once you hit that 10 mark, you'll automatically unlock the hammerer, which will appear in your craftsmanship skills. There are plenty of good skills in this line as well, both for just maintaining your own gear, but also like Martin's secret, so you can craft items of the highest quality, like above that rank 3, using the blacksmith tool. Unfortunately, you can only do this with the weapons that you can craft, which at the moment is axes and swords. So like I've got a dueling sword that is of the Martin's secret quality, which I would recommend to do if you do want a weapon that does the highest amount of damage possible. But the main focus for this perk is just on attacks and blocks with heavy weapons, which axes are that you can craft, but like maces, warhammers, you won't actually be able to craft them. Lab Dweller is next. The effects of potions and alcohol will last longer and your eventual hangovers will be a little shorter. I didn't know this was a secret perk because the first thing that I did when I got access to the open world is run over to an alchemy table and make a bunch of marigold decoction and like savior schnapps. So I had this right at the start of the game. Did not realize this was a hidden perk, but it actually is. So in order to make this, you need to brew at least 20 potions to unlock this hidden perk. 20 potions is more than 10 blacksmith items that you need to craft, but it's significantly easier because of the perks like the secrets of matter, so that you can craft multiple of a potion just by crafting it once. So if you have enough of these, like you'll be able to craft, up to 6, I believe, at once. But while you're in the early stages and just trying to get to that 20 mark, you won't be able to make up to 6. Like the most I was able to make while getting footage for this was up to 4 at once. But then once you hit that 20 mark, you'll unlock this perk automatically. And then the effects of your potions and alcohols will last longer and your eventual hangovers will be a little shorter. The last one is the most unique. This actually requires you to go to a specific location in Kuttenberg. It is just above like the old Lota location. There is a ruins here that you'll need to go to where there's an apothecary. Now, there are bandits all over this location, so make sure you come prepared. You can either stealth in at night and steal this potion and whatever else you can find. There's plenty of good loot in this area, or you can just go in, sword swinging, and just, see how it goes. So essentially what you need to do is go to this location above Old Lota, and the location itself is called the Rapstein Mill Ruin. Once you have cleared out the bandits or snuck past them, when you go to where the alchemy table is, there's a strange potion sitting on the counter. All you need to do is pick this up and then drink the strange potion, and you'll get the hidden perk Steak Tartare. You can consume raw meat without fear of poisoning. Now, considering how easy it is to find food that's not going to poison you in the game right now, this isn't a huge deal, but I will draw your attention to hardcore mode, that when that does come out, I suspect this perk is actually going to be quite useful, because hunting will be one of the easiest ways, I imagine, to actually get food that you can consume. Also, to feed mutt will actually be quite useful, I imagine. Also an easy way to make some groschen in the hardcore mode. It was in KCD1, I imagine it will be here as well once we do get access to the hardcore mode. So it's definitely one to grab because it's a good perk to have, but one that I would probably return to when, if you're like me and you are going to do a hardcore run, definitely one to pick up. But let me know any I've missed in the comments down below. There are actually others that are hidden in the game files, but it doesn't appear to be a way to unlock them in the game right now. I suspect some of them we might get with, say, the horse racing that is coming soon, but we will have to wait and see. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching this video till the end. Thank you to our members for supporting the channel. My name is Norza, and I hope you have a great day.